Meet my final hold build, the Nightblade. This Dark Elf assassin will reside in Dawnstar and holds a zealous reverence towards death. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this video and see what content we have coming in the future. The Nightblade was born in Morrowind at a small farm, but at a very young age his parents were murdered. Unlike most children, he didn't react to his parents' death and didn't attempt to bury them. He had no negative feelings towards death, and simply walked away from the farm in which he was born. This left the young Dunmer to raise himself, and he did so by living in the wilderness and hunting animals. He naturally was talented in the art of illusion, and was able to cast calming spells on animals before walking over to them with a rock or a stick and butchering them. After a few years of living in the forest, he started to hear a voice urging him to become a messenger of death and kill more than just animals. He headed towards the closest sign of civilization and encountered a small town with only half a dozen inhabitants. With a single frenzy spell, he had the citizens tearing out each other's throats. Once they had killed one another, he searched the town for anything useful. He was able to arm himself with a knife and found a small library and read through the books as best as he could. He found reference to the Morag Tong and also to a splintered off cell of them called the Dark Brotherhood. He travelled to Cyrodiil in order to learn more about them, and after years of research, not only learned all about Sithis, who he assumed had been the voice talking to him, but also heard rumours of the Dark Brotherhood operating in Skyrim. He then will travel north to Skyrim and is captured in the ambush. After he breaks free, he will travel to the Dawnstar Sanctuary, but after not being able to enter, he seeks out rumours of a shadowy organisation and plans on how he will not only become one of them, but also become the best of them and their leader. The main skills for this build are Sneak and Illusion. This character is very squishy and not at all suited to open combat, so you will need to spend most of your time hidden. The Sneak skill will help to ensure that you aren't seen, and will also grant you 15 times sneak attack damage with daggers. Illusion is what separates this build from a standard assassin. You focus more on letting your enemies kill each other than you do on doing the deed yourself. You'll want to get every single perk in this tree, except for maybe dual casting, as you will normally wield a dagger in your right hand. The additional skills are light armour and one-handed. Although you don't want to be taking damage, you will still probably be hit by an errant arrow or have a random dragon attack, and you don't want to immediately drop down dead once this happens. The light armour skill will help to keep you alive long enough to run away and hide, before you take your revenge on your attackers. The one-handed skill won't matter too much for your sneak attacks, but it will be very handy for you if you get detected whilst fighting. Take all the armsman's perks, but don't worry about any of the others. When levelling up, I recommend going 90% Magicka and 10% health. This character will want to avoid taking pretty much any damage, so you shouldn't need a lot of health, but I wouldn't suggest avoiding it altogether. You will need a large pool of magic to draw upon, as this character uses a plethora of illusion spells at a rapid rate to manipulate enemies and cause chaos amongst them. The stone I recommend for this build is the Apprentice Stone. It will grant you 100% Magicka regen, helping you cast spells more often. It does make you a lot more vulnerable to magic though, but as long as you stay out of direct combat, this shouldn't be an issue. With the Quiet Casting perk, all shouts will be silent, so feel free to use any shouts you want whilst hidden. Some of the best for stealth characters though are Aura Whisper for revealing where enemies are, Throw Voice to move people out of position, and if you do get discovered before your Magicka has regenerated, then Dismay can be quite effective for getting enemies to flee away from you. You can also get the Summon Spectral Assassin power through the Dark Brotherhood questline, which is very helpful for causing a distraction and letting you relocate to a safer position. The main weapon for this build is Mehrunes Razor. This unique dagger has the chance to instantly kill any enemy in a single hit. The chance is small, but it can sometimes turn a fight in your favour. For the most part, you will be killing your enemies with sneak attacks that deal 30 times damage, so you don't need to worry about its effect. But when fighting dragons, this weapon can be so helpful. I also grabbed the Skull of Corruption in order to have a ranged way to deal damage, but I rarely used it. In general, using illusion magic to turn your enemies against each other works better than using this staff, but it's a nice addition to have just for the purposes of having more options open to you. The armour for this build will be the Ancient Shrouded Armour. This is an upgraded version of the Shrouded Armour set you will be given by Astrid, and is simply an upgrade to the standard set. The most useful enchantments on this set are Muffle on the boots to help you move around silently, and double sneak attack damage with one-handed weapons on the gloves, giving you that 30 times damage multiplier. The main faction for this build will be the Dark Brotherhood. You will serve not only as a loyal member, but also seek to become their leader. Joining the Brotherhood will be the best way possible to show your devotion to death, and is also one of the most enjoyable questlines to play. This build will not have any followers. The character relies heavily on stealth, and having a follower with you will simply reduce how stealthy you are. If you do desperately want to have a follower with you, then grab Cicero, as he is a decent stealth-based follower who ties in with the faction at least. Hide in the shadows and manipulate your enemies to serve your own purpose. Frenzy works well for large groups of enemies, and pacifying single targets lets you easily sneak up behind them and slit their throats. As mentioned before, this build relies heavily on not being seen and causing distractions for illusion magic. You really don't want to have enemies attacking you, so stay out of line of sight and look for good vantage points to have view of your opponents without them seeing you. Thank you for watching my final hold build. Make sure to give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more builds and other great content, subscribe to the channel. I won't be doing weekly Skyrim builds for a while, but this isn't because I'm stopping working on them, quite the opposite in fact. I will be having some incredible Skyrim builds coming in the future, but all of them will take a ridiculous amount of time to make, as I want them to be the very best builds on YouTube. So make sure you keep checking on the channel and are subscribed if you want to see them. If you're craving more of my content right now, then you can click on one of the links on screen or head into the description and click on any of the links there for more amazing content.